Hi Taurus, my name is Jason. Thanks for visiting my channel. Thank you especially if you're revisiting my channel. This is your mid-November reading, or the second half of November. I've shuffled the cards pretty well. Let's get straight into it. Having a beautiful day here in Geraldton, Western Australia. I hope things are fine where you are. Or if they're not fine, at least they're nice. First card we have, where are you going into the second half of November with, Taurus? You're going in with the Eight of Wands, okay? So there could be some communications right now. You're in communication with someone backwards and forwards about an issue which has been perhaps ongoing now for a little while, and you're starting to see the end of it now, okay? So you're starting to see the end. We'll have a look and see what that's about later. Your challenge for the month, or the second half of November, is to stand your ground. This is the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands asks you to maintain your high ground. See how this person here is he's on the high ground, looking down, seems to be fighting off the other wands there. Okay, so there's obviously some issue or some stance you've had to make, and you're being asked here to keep that stance. Or if something comes up, you're being asked there to really just hold yourself, believe in what you're doing, and try not to let doubts get in the way. Okay, if you really feel that you are in the right here, or you have a certain objective that must be achieved, stick with it. Okay, and it's looking pretty good. Okay, you have here for your fear is the Queen of Wands. Okay, so the Queen of, sorry, it's not the Queen of Wands, it's the Queen of Swords, sorry about that. Okay, the Queen of Swords is a very straightforward energy, in fact, straight talker. She could be a little harsh about things, but she's generally straight up and down. Now, you might be a little bit worried that whoever you get to perhaps arbitrate this case or this decision that needs to be made, you may be a bit worried that they're not looking at the more emotional side of things, they're just looking at the facts, okay? And so you're a little bit worried that whatever your problems are, they're not being realised as an emotional issue or a subjective issue. So it could be some kind of a legal thing, I'm thinking, with the Eight of Wands there as well. You're being asked to stand your ground, but you're a little bit worried about this Queen of Swords coming along with this attitude of just being straightforward. These are the facts, black, white, yes, no, and I'm feeling this is not necessarily a black-white issue. It's more of a matter of principle, perhaps, that you're fighting against or fighting for. Okay, the best attitude for you to take is the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is saying that you have a lot of choice here, not necessarily confusion. The best attitude to take here for you for the second half of November, or this matter, whatever it is about realizing that you have choices. I'm thinking that you have a bit of power here because you have the choices. Okay, you can either opt in or opt out, or go this way or that way. And if you have a look at there's all different things in these cups here. You can choose, whichever one. Now, some of them could steer you in the wrong direction. Okay, you'll see how. I can't see it there with my eyes, but some of them have riches in there, and then some of them have like a lizard or something in there. So just be very careful about the choices that you do make, but be aware that you do have lots of choices. Okay, there are some good ones, some bad ones, and the overall outcome for the second half of November, you have here the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is quite a stable energy, a fair energy, knows what they're talking about. So if this is your energy, then you'll be feeling as though you've had a sort of a victory, you've made it to the top, because the king is the king, no one's above the king. Now, the King of Swords has a nice clear thought, okay, so perhaps after all this is done, you'll have some clear direction, okay, that's what it's looking like there. So the King of Swords usually knows what's what. He can direct the traffic from up where he is. He doesn't have to send his messengers out. He just lays down the edict, and things just happen for him, okay. Now, we're talking here about what's going on inside your head. Okay, now let's have a look and see what is this Eight of Wands about. What's the Eight of Wands about here for Taurus for the second half of November? what's the Eight of Wands here for the second half of November? Sun card. Okay, so this is good news coming. Okay, it's looking like whatever this backwards and forwards communication has been like, there is the light at the end of the tunnel. It's just about there. You can see it now. You can see this and you're starting to feel pretty good. You're saying, yes, things are starting to work my way. Fantastic. Really, really a good energy there for that. Whatever this matter is, it looks like the result of all this communication, especially if you've had to travel, perhaps if you've had to travel for a meeting or something, the meeting might have been successful or you weren't sure about whether it was successful or not, but it looks here like if the Sun card is there, it's looking like some pretty positive outcomes from these communications that you've had. Okay, so what are you standing your ground about with the Seven of Wands? The challenge here is the Seven of Wands to stand your ground here. Taurus, let's have a look. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Okay, this is the Devil card. Has this been an issue which has got to do with codependence? Was there someone doing all the work in some kind of a relationship or some kind of a situation and there was no justice there, and someone is just hanging on because they're seeing that they can get something for nothing, and you're trying to say, well, hold on a minute, no, you don't go there, you don't get something for nothing. I did all the work here, you didn't do anything. Okay, that's what that seems to be. It could be a Capricorn that you might be dealing with there who wasn't putting in their fair share, or you see that they weren't putting in their fair share of whatever this contract or arrangement was. If it's a relationship issue, then perhaps, or a legal relationship issue, perhaps there was someone who was drinking, smoking too much, and it led to some pretty ugly situations, and it's ended up in some kind of authority to sort out. Maybe that's what that is. Let's have a look. Why is the Devil card here? Why is the Devil card here for Taurus for the second half of November? Why is the Devil card here for Taurus? Okay, Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands energy generally represents a motivated woman. She's a good energy usually. She's done the right thing most of the time, or I'm getting the feeling that this is the image that this person has. So it's not, this is the image she projects, but really I think most people know that she's not really this sort of a way, and maybe so there's two faces to this person here is what I'm feeling. So whoever this devil energy is, or whatever this devil energy is, it's involving someone who has two faces. So they might be telling lies about something, and they might be telling lies about you, and you will need to, as I say here, stand your ground with the Seven of Wands. So that's it could be a little bit messy there. This Queen of Wands energy, I'm not getting a good feeling out of this person. I'm feeling that she has two faces that she shows the world. If it's a woman, could be a man, and so that's what. So it looks like there's someone who's got some kind of an issue. She might be, or he might be, have a drug issue or a codependence issue, or just doesn't take responsibility for themselves and blames a lot of other people, and you've had to make a stand against something that this person's done, and that she might be lying about it. You're going to keep your integrity, so you're going to keep your honesty level high, your vibration high, and you're not going to fall into the trap. I'm getting the feeling that this person's going to try and set some kind of a trap, or try to put you in a position to say something which you can't prove one way or another, but she can't prove it either, or they can't prove it either. Okay, so it's just it looks like a bit of trying to manipulate a situation. You just stand your ground, and you'll be fine there. Okay, so don't be dissuaded by this two-faced kind of energy. I'm really not liking this person at all. For whatever reason, I'm usually quite in admiration of the Queen of Wands, but when she's reversed, and she's not reversed, I don't do the reversals today, but that's just the energy I'm feeling from her. Okay, So the Queen of Swords, you seem to be fearing the Queen of Swords. Okay, what is the Queen of Swords all about here? Why would you be fearing the Queen of Swords? Why would you be fearing? Why is Taurus fearing this Queen of Swords energy? She speaks the truth, generally, sticks to the facts. She can be a bit harsh. Have you been perhaps a bit bullied by this person or by a situation? You felt trapped or bullied by a situation you couldn't get out, and you're worried that there might be a confrontation with this person, perhaps someone else, and you're not sure whose side they're on. That's clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles generally talks about self-discipline and independence. Okay, so you might be a little bit worried that you're going to be you might be worried that you're going to be left out in the cold. Okay, and you're going to have to call on skills perhaps that you haven't used for a long time. So something you used to be good at years and years ago, you might, but you haven't done it for a long time. You might have to bring those skills in to deal with this issue, whatever it is, and perhaps you're not confident that you've still got them, or you're a bit worried that you've lost your skill, your facility with these talents. Perhaps it's something about technology, and because you haven't done it for so long, you feel like you've been left out of the loop for a while. That's what I'm feeling there. So what might the Nine of Pentacles tell us here? What else? Why is Taurus afraid of this Nine of Pentacles energy, or the Queen of Swords energy? Okay, Ace of Cups. So I'm feeling here that perhaps the Ace of Cups is generally a nice card. Because it's in your fears position, perhaps there's an offer being made to you, that has been made to you, which will require you to step up to the plate and maybe use some of those skills we talked about all that time ago, and you're just not confident that you can take this role, even though the Ace of Cups generally represents like love and spirituality. It can also represent just a new beginning, or an opportunity for a new beginning, for a new passion. Okay, and you're probably in two minds about whether you want to take this or not, whether you want to stay in your comfort zone, or whether you want to really develop these long lost skills again. Okay, that's what I'm feeling there. So there's a lot going on, probably a couple of different issues there. You'll know what I'm talking about if this is resonating for you. Now, these choices that you have here, that for the Seven of Cups, you've got a lot of choices. This is the best attitude to take with this situation. So come from a position of strength, and they used to tell me when I was a teacher years ago, still am, try and make it look easy for you. Okay, so some people, this Queen of Swords person might be trying to manipulate, especially if they're like a lawyer kind of a person. They might be trying to manipulate you, or you might feel that they're trying to manipulate you into something. Try and make it look easy for you. Okay, so I'm thinking like when you're trying to deal with a bully, just let them know that this is water off a duck's back to you. Or if you're in a classroom, for example, and the kids are going nuts and you just got to deal with them one at a time, if they see you panic and stress out, then they know they've got you. So you're being advised here with your best attitude is to try and make it look easy. Hey guys, I'm the one with the power here. I can make the choices. I'm the hire and fire, or whatever it is that you've got there, and that will throw them off a little bit, because these people are sort of used to, looks like they're used to sort of getting their own way and excluding or including according to their whims. And if you make it look as though it's just another day's work for you, then you might throw them off, and they won't know how to respond to that, and then you'll have the power. Okay? So come from a position of strength is what this card is saying, and it's clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I'm feeling that the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor now. Okay, so see yourself as being on the up and up. So see yourself as a winner. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune, luck, let's call it. Okay, so that's a great a great energy to take to it. That's what you're being asked to do. Now, the Wheel of Fortune can go sort of, it can be good luck and bad luck, if you want to call it luck. But the feeling here I'm getting, because it's in this position with the Seven of Cups, is this is your power here. Your attitude to take in is, yes, I'm the lucky one here. I've got things on my side. Okay, so basically trust the universe. Okay. I've just noticed all these books here, all these books and laws and things. See that on the outside? Those characters reading books away, learning. I think there's some kind of legal books, some policies and things. People are studying on your behalf, perhaps, and they're all saying, yeah, you've got a pretty solid case here. Stand your ground. King of Swords. This King of Swords for your outcome for the second half of November. So by the end of November, hopefully, or whatever this situation is, you're going to be feeling pretty stable about things, okay? Back to your rightful place as being in charge and with a clear thought. Now that this hopefully this squabbling, I'm feeling it's really squabbling. Hopefully that'll be over. And you've got the Sun card there saying that things are working out for you pretty well. Okay, at the end of November, the way things were, not going to happen. It's not going to be that way anymore. So whatever's come about from this situation, here's the Tower card. Now the Tower card can be a good card because it strips away all the rubbish, all the bull, and this situation will just you'll be able to rebuild on something, okay? So whatever the situation was, maybe someone's going to leave a job because of this, or leave a relationship, or leave something, and something will end, but something better will take its place. So that's what I'm saying. That this is so the Tower is a pretty good card to have, especially because you've got the Sun card here saying, yes, things are going your way. Whatever's going to end is a great opportunity to start things up again, Taurus. So there's your reading. I hope it resonated. Please comment and subscribe, like, and I hope to see you in a couple of weeks.